So is that me?
Let's turn down the volume. That one was probably me.
How are you today?
Good. Oh, you know, hanging in.
Cool.
Living the dream.
Did you get the link for the Cisco Academy to log in?
I did. I'm all logged in. I'm all set up. Looked over the first lesson.
Cool.
So yeah, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape, more or less.
Pretty easy reading, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm totally excited to start this. It's been a good time.
And you said you've done IT before, right?
No, no. I took some classes in coding at UC Berkeley as part of an attempt to open up a computer science pathway at my school for my students because they had wanted it.
Sure.
And then I just kind of nerded out on it and kept going with Python and stuff like that. But no, I don't have any kind of proficiency in IT.
Python's really cool. It's used in a lot of applications and a lot of different software builds these days. It's huge.
One of the things that I remember being really shocked about was how useful it was to have a broad level of just sort of ancillary experiences and how that helps with computer science because it's everywhere now. We grew up in the world where we didn't even have internet. Right. And how much it's changed now and how broad those applications are is really extraordinary.
Right.
So it's pretty exciting. It's fun.
Yeah. I was actually in 1997 and 1998 at New Technology High School. I was actually in a documentary from PBS, and it was about crossing the digital divide. And
nice.
It was showing how younger kids are getting IT jobs, replacing our parents in the IT world. And they went back to this key maker, this guy that made keys for a living, and now we made machines that service the key machines, and now the maintenance was IT people that maintain that job. So yeah. It was showing how we were not only making better career, we'll have better careers, making more money, but putting out our elders and our parents that were doing the jobs before us. It was really kind of enlightening, but scary because think of our kids and technology, how they're going to replace us and what we're doing.
I understand. And it's not that long. I mean, it all moves so quickly.
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know. I want to be a part of helping my kids build that pathway if possible. I would love to do.
Awesome. Couple more minutes here. My sister Juliana dropped off for a second. I think she's in Georgia, right? I think she's down south.
Oh, geez.
It was late for you, right, Juliana?
Yes, I'm in Georgia.
Yes, it's late for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock here, but I have all my other schoolwork squared away, so I'm good.
It's still pretty hot down there?
Yes, it was 80 something or 90 something today.
Oh, Gross. With the humidity too, it's gotta be so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Cora,
Sorry. Hi.
good to see you. We have a couple.
Yeah. If you see me black out, that meant that my 3-year-old ran into the room, and I just didn't want you to see World War III. It happens every so often. Because I'm always on Zoom for classes, for work. So he's like, oh, camera time. And I'm like, not in particularly for you, but.
Time to act up, huh? I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, he's in school too. So he's like, we all get to act a fool. And I'm like, no, you're supposed to be learning. And he's like, learning how to act a fool. So yeah.
I'm a 2-year-old too. You'll see her sometimes a little demon
Okay, see?
myself, so we're fine.
And he'll talk. Well, I'm like, they don't really want to hear you do nursery rhymes today. Like, so I try to like hide the screen, but I realize I have double monitors, which is like the big no-no. So normally on the double monitor is like something totally boring. And he's like, oh, mom's doing homework. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And my husband's like, the newscast mom where you're trying to steal him out of the room. And I'm like, this is so embarrassing. So yeah, I normally have my camera off.
Yeah.
But since it's the first day, just for you, Travis, just for you.
Thank you. So we'll give everybody a couple minutes to join in here. Still just 7 on the dot. Not a whole lot going on in this class session anyway. Kind of just want to get familiarized with us with the course. Make sure everyone has what they need to succeed in the course, and then we'll have a couple little quick Q&As. There's some new students. We had two late add-ons too that they weren't part of the kickoff meeting, so they'll be in the class as well.
So do we not have like, I know it's self-paced, but do we have due dates? You know, you got to give a girl a due date. If you tell me self-paced, I will take forever.
So here's the only due dates I'll have for anybody is I would like the chapter to be done the Monday before the class, just because I want the quiz to be done on that Monday, if that makes sense. That way I can go over the quiz and see if a lot of people miss the same question, so I can address those issues, you know. If everyone just knocks them out of the park, it won't be a big deal, but if I see an area where a lot of people missed, I'd like to go over that real briefly with everybody for the next week. So as long as that quiz is done by Monday, definitely it's just self-paced. Should probably take about an hour and a half or so each session, so not too bad.
Got it. I'll add it to the homework list of Monday assignments.
Thank you. Guys. Got more stragglers jumping in here. Hey, Christine. Hey, Melvin. Or Marvin, sorry. I think we have 11 now in this group, so give me a couple more minutes. All right. Is there a newest student? Come on. In the chat, guys, I'm gonna put a link. I want you guys to all open up for me. We'll talk about it a little later in the course. Thanks. Hey, Mario. Couple more stragglers popping in. We should be good. Let's wait one more minute. Oh, there he goes. think this is all of us. 11.
And making sure you have the attendance sheet.
Oh, sure. I don't think I have that.
Okay.
We went into our mail.
I believe I sent it today.
The final class attendance, yes, I see that. So mark us all up here. Let's see. So
Circles?
let's see.
Ooh. Mario, you gave us circles.
I downloaded this cool thing called Circles.
You badass you.
It's pretty
Love
cool.
it.
It's like floating, so I can continue to use like my computer, because Zoom kind of takes over your computer, you know.
I hate that.
Yeah, you need it in front of you to be able to see who's talking, and this lets it float. I didn't realize it was going to chat everyone that I was using it, but it's pretty cool.
Aura. I'm just getting attendance right now for everybody, so just give me 1 second, guys.
How are you, Angeline? I haven't seen you in a while.
Sorry, Mario. I am Angeline. I'm sure you don't remember me, but we worked together a little bit while you were working with New Tech High.
I remember you.
Okay.
You're one of the amazing teachers that's out there doing amazing things.
I'm just trying to make life better for my kids.
That's a noble thing.
Is that Philip? Philip Dahlberg, is that you?
Yes, it would be.
Speaking of amazing, fantastic individuals.
I love Philip.
Hi, hello.
Nice to not see you, but know that you're there, Philip. Or Phil. Sorry,
yeah.
You're like all grown up now, aren't you?
Only slightly.
Okay, so here's the weird thing. Now you have to call me either Angel or Angeline. You can't call me Miss Warnock anymore.
Are you sure about that?
I know it's like completely awkward. But as a former student who has graduated from my class, you may no longer call me Miss Warnock.
Well, I guess I'll have to get used to that then.
Nice.
She's not your teacher anymore. You don't have to listen to her.
That's right.
Legit.
Just because I don't have to doesn't mean I can't respect her wisdom and knowledge.
Good point.
Michelle, close your ears for a minute, but he never listened to me when I was his teacher, so.
Oh, here we go.
Now he's
And I listened mostly.
Okay, guys, let me start us off here. Again, I'm Travis. I'll be your instructor for this course. I want to make sure everybody has access to the Cisco Learning Academy. Is everyone logged into the Cisco class yet? Anyone have any problems logging into the Cisco class? How about you, John? Did you get that email today? Mr. Valadeo? He's good.
Yeah, sorry, I got a little bit of a rambunctious 4.5 y'all doing laps in the next room, so I'm gonna probably be on mute more often than not.
No problem. Okay. So basically, I was trying to tell the class earlier today, my expectations of you guys, it is self-paced, but I would like you to have at least the course done by the Monday before our class and the quiz done that Monday as well. That way, when I go into class on Tuesday, I'll already have my ammunition for what questions were missed or what questions weren't, if there was a consistency of questions that were answered correctly in the quizzes. Helps me better focus on what we should have regained from quiz week 1 chapter. So that's all that I really have for you in terms of self-paced. I also added you all to the Packet Tracer course from Cisco. This is also at your leisure. It's not part of this course specifically, but if you wanted to get more into cybersecurity and packet tracing, it's another free course you can use. You're using software that Cisco provides, which is pretty cool to know. And it's also one more feather in your cap if you want to get into this course. packet tracing. The packet tracer course is actually, you want to check that out. And again, I think I put us on the end date for the end of the month. I think it was like 8 chapters. It's really fun. It's actually, you're working in a lab the whole time on an application, so it's pretty smooth. So please check that out if you can. Again, it's not a part or a mandate of this class, but if you want to have a little sidecar, that definitely will help you out. Again, I want to welcome you all to cybersecurity. So every Tuesday we'll have this class at 7 o'clock. There are labs in these chapters. I'm going to make myself available on the Thursday after or Monday before to do these labs. For anyone that that didn't get it or couldn't do it, the instructions are all there in the lab on how to go through, how to install the software, how to just basically go step by step, how to complete the lab. If anybody has any issues with it, part of my normal course hours here is 7 to 8 every single day. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll be on a live session like this with this exact same class you have, and you can dial in and talk to me about the lab if there's a problem or anything you want to. This will just be open for us to talk to if you want, or talk to other students as well. So that'll start next Thursday, and we'll go over the lab from course 1 and course 2. Now, if you would you please all open up the Cisco Academy right now with me in a separate window, so I can just walk you through a couple of things I need you to look at, and let me all know when, with a show of hands, when you guys are in the actual class. So now, if I'm looking at the actual class where it says Introduction to Cybersecurity, you see the little vault door right there, and the chapters below it. I want you to look over here to the right where it says Activities, External Tools, Forums, Quizzes, and Resources. Do you guys all see that? Should be a little box to your right. If you click on Resources, you're going to see the same chapters, the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, but you're also going to see the student resources in the middle of the column. Do you guys all see that?
Travis, can you share your screen?
I will. I'm going to do that right now. I just saw some confused faces, so I'm going to work this with you. Hold on one second. Hey, Peg.
Hey, sorry, I was a little late. Hard to get in. I don't know why. It's cybersecurity. It's very secure meeting. I couldn't get in.
We have this on lockdown for
How
sure.
you doing?
So here we go. So I'm going to share the screen here. Okay. Okay, can you guys all see my screen? Oh. Can you guys all see my screen? Yeah.
Yes.
So right here to the right, do you see where my mouse is hovering over activities, resources, and quizzes right here? If you click over here to the right, you'll see the resources tab. I want you to pay attention to this. Click on this for me. And you're going to see right the middle column on the left is all the chapters that we're doing in this course, this first introduction. And on the right is something I want you to see called student resources. If you click on student resources, you're going to get some of the things you might want to look into, just how this will help you, terminology you can use for a resume on how this class might have helped you. There's all kinds of cool things to do in this Canvas tool. So underneath the Introduction to Cybersecurity, where the safe door is, here's your chapters, right? This is kind of like a, it's where you can start your course from. I want you all to take a special view right here to Terms and Concepts Practice. I want you to read these. By every chapter has basically the terminology that will be in that chapter. I don't need you guys, there won't be a quiz on them or anything like that, but we'd like you all to know them, at least know the terminology and the words. And then on Monday, our Tuesday class, I might ask a couple of people if they know what a couple of these things are. So I'll definitely get you guys involved in some discussions, and don't think that you can be quiet in the background because I will call your name. Other than that, let me see here. Let's get into, I sent you guys all the link. Would you guys mind opening that link up for me? It was in the chat. So this is actually a cyber attack that I was a part of in Sutter Health in 2011. Now, the reason I brought this up is because I want you guys to all understand that cybersecurity doesn't just mean networks and servers and internets. It's telephones, it's laptops, it's physical devices. Everything that has access to a network, when taken away, that person now has that access. So you need to realize when we come to cybersecurity, it encompasses everything. Anything that has access to a network is something that we need to secure. And the only real way to ever find some way to control this is to just understand that you have to think like an attacker. So when you walk into Walmart and you see like the Wi-Fi antennas hanging down, you know, they're positioned in certain ways to keep the signal inside the building, because people will drive up outside of stores and try to hack in networks from outside. So literally the only way to ever really secure a place is to try to attack it. And trying to attack your own place and things, the ways you can attack your own self, is the only way you'll ever really get a real grasp on your own security. So Sutter Health, in 2011, someone walked into a building. We had basically one of our huge storage facilities. Somebody made a copy of our EMR, our medical record database. And someone walked into this room and took just this computer and then walked out of the room. It was the most bizarre thing in the world. They passed by expensive machines, people's purses. I mean, they could have stolen anything from this building, but they walked over and took this one machine. This one machine got us a $1 billion lawsuit from the state. When it comes down to medical records, it's $1,000 for every record. We had 1 million records at that time, so that's $1 billion lawsuit. So you can think that you're securing your network, securing your servers, and you're fine, but you're not, because the actual machines that connect to your machines, that connect to your networks, are not as secure as the data that flows. So definitely, when you think cybersecurity, think of everything that turns on. If it has a power button, if it gets on the network, it can be compromised. So literally, we have to put a lot of emphasis on securing every aspect of anything that goes into our network. This was it was pretty crazy. Does anybody work in a place that's had any kind of cyber attack happen to them? No? Okay, just me? All right.
No, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this.
No.
Oh wait, Michelle's got one. Michelle, why don't you tell your story? Because I don't know if I should.
You can talk about it, Angeline. It was in the paper.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when I first started the Introduction to Computer Science program way back in, God, I don't even remember, was it like 2013 maybe? So I had taken that class at Berkeley, and we were teaching the kids how to code, and I had done this because they were interested in learning how to code. Well, the year that the year after I started, it was my second year doing this, some students decided to hack into the district and start changing people's grades.
Wow.
And they thought that it was one of my kids. It was not one of my kids.
Sure.
But it certainly could have been, because we had the ability to do that. It wasn't that they didn't have the ability to do it, but they hadn't considered that at the district. And so we had some real interesting conversations and real serious challenges. And then, oddly enough, they upgraded the security at the district.
Oddly enough, right?
It was a middle school kid too, and I think they caught him because he was bragging about it.
They did. They didn't catch him because of the footprint that he left. They caught him because he was bragging to his friends. But man, Peg, they ran me through the ringer because they thought it was one of my kids.
Your kids would have been smarter and covered up better.
That's kind of what I told them. I was like, they wouldn't brag about it, but maybe they would have. I mean, they were kids, but still. It was an interesting experience for sure.
Yeah, I used to help install Wi-Fi distribution systems and stuff like that within the valley. And one of the wineries that we were installing a system with, the winery is more like the hobby. The actual, what pays the, like, keeps the lights on is another bigger company. It's a medical company, and they obviously have a lot of intellectual property. So they had, in the winery, they had fiber that was going to the ranch, which is a little further out, that they do all the development for the medical stuff. So they were trying to do a little Fisher test. And this is what I thought was interesting. They spent, I think, $8,000 or $15,000 per Cisco switch, and they had 12 of them to try secure everything. And they did a Fisher test, and with all the staff that are on the network, they pulled out over about 51% of everyone's passwords from the Fisher test that we did.
Wow.
51%. So basically, they had money, they said screw it, and they went and they upgraded to the Cisco switches that were about 35,000 a pop.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's heavy intellectual property, and they can't, I mean, if your own people are going to open up the door, what can you do, you know?
When you think about that now, what he was saying was about these a phishing scam. If people don't know what a phishing scam is, basically they blast your network with emails, and it asks for things like, hey, your password needs to be reset, please click here. And so they give you your username and your password currently, and so now they have your information. Usually you can tell pretty quickly based on, like, logos will be different, logos will be different, some words will be out of place, like sometimes like the English, the grammar isn't structured right. They're kind of easy to tell, but with a real good one, you could get a lot of people. And as he was saying, 50% of a company is pretty bad. And you think about us now in the current climate of everyone being at home and not having the blast from your work to watch out for these things and not being constantly reminded of them, you could easily fall victim to a phishing scam, even with your own company. It's really scary. This is kind of like a hacker's kind of dream right now, because not only, you know, people, they're not only in their workplace where they're secure, they're kind of at the mercy of wherever they're coming from getting into their workplace. So it's a lot of compromise going on right now. I haven't seen a whole lot of big attacks happening, but you know that people are plotting on all of us, people in the pandemic staying at home, being socially distanced and secure. So at this time, if you guys wouldn't mind, one thing that's always fun to look at is the ethics quiz. So here, go back to your course home in cybersecurity. I want you to go to chapter 1 for me. And right here, if you're looking at my screen still, where it says ethics quiz, click on that for me and just take this quiz for me. You're gonna be surprised sometimes. Sometimes these answers aren't so easy as you might think to get right or to be ethical. You mind just taking this quiz for me and submit it? Should just take you a couple minutes. Now that we've all submitted it, let me see if I can get everyone's participants here. Like my list of people went away. Federico, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I just finished it.
Hey, Federico, for question number 1, did you think that that was ethical or unethical? And why?
For that one, let me see. Oh yeah, I put unethical for that one.
Why do you think that's unethical?
Let me see. Because the game is still like under development, and it shouldn't be ethical to share like that kind of information with somebody else. That's what I think, right?
That's what I think too. A lot of people will construe those, but you know, ethics are a hard thing, man, because you know everyone wants to be, you know, on the just side of things, but you know there's all kinds of gray lines. And so what's that, the old superhero adage, you either die a hero or live long enough to be the villain? That's pretty much how it goes in cybersecurity as well. It really is kind of a weird saying, but it does transverse. Are you there, Christine?
I'm here. It's just my laptop is really lagging. So I'm on my phone on Zoom and I'm trying to like restart my laptop.
Okay, I'll come back to you, okay?
Okay.
Let's see. Juliana, you there?
Yes.
Number 2, would you think this is ethical or unethical?
I said unethical because I didn't know if that employee was talking to somebody else that also works at his company. And I know anything new that's under development, they don't want you talking to anyone about it because they don't want anyone getting ideas and running to another company.
You know, being in IT, it's going to be very hard for you because your ethics, like, obviously we want to portray the best ethics possible, but all we can ever do is just portray our feelings, and it's up to like management to make decisions on what they buy or how they go. So when we just implemented, we were at Sutter Health, we implemented these new medication trays. Basically what it was paper stock that was already printed on prescription paper, right? And so when we got these in the hospital, we had these universal keys for them. And I brought this question up, why do we have these keys on this medication paper that goes throughout the whole hospital? It makes no sense to have these things go everywhere because no one's accountable if they're all the same. Well, the lady goes, well, this is exactly how we do this. We do it at Kaiser. And I said, well, do these keys work at Kaiser too? And she looked at me like with a deer in the headlights. And I'm like, are you saying that these keys work for every hospital in the state? Like, how secure is that? Literally, I could have just shot myself in the foot right there. My manager kind of pulled me away and said, hey, the project has to go on, but we will address this later. So here I am addressing this huge issue, this huge flaw where someone could take our key, go to a hospital and take all their medication paper, which is, you know, highly illegal, but again, we're suscepting them. So again, even it's on a printer, so it is cybersecurity, but literally, you know, it's kind of HIPAA as well. But exposing these problems is kind of what we're here to do, but making the decisions, you're going to find out it's very hard when they come back to us what they decide to do, because we just want to portray the best ethics possible, keep things as secure as possible. But then at the end of the day, it's at the company to choose what they want to risk and what they will risk. So watch out. It's scary, but as long as you keep to your ethics, you'll always be right, and no one will ever fault you for them. Just be ready to understand the consequences of what they do afterwards. But as long as you always stay on the side of ethics, you'll always be right. Let me see here. Who else is in here? Is Sue here?
I'm here, but I'm having terrible computer problems. I couldn't have a worse day, so I'm on my phone, but I'm really having a lot of challenges. I'm on a Mac, and I don't know if that's part of the problem.
People love Macs. Let me go to Christine. Are you back, Christine? I see you're on again.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm on a Mac too, and it's giving me some problems. But I'm on the quiz now.
Question 3. Would you mind telling me if you thought that was unethical or ethical?
Sorry, I just need to read it real quick because I just opened it.
Sure.
You show company employee has lost. Unethical.
Why do you think that's unethical?
Because it's putting you at risk. So if she does something that she's not supposed to do, like you'd be at fault for it. And also I would think that the company wants to keep track of each employee. So it kind of just throws things off altogether. So
Absolutely, absolutely right. Never share your badges, never share your passcodes, never share any of those things. And just like you said, it's about accountability. And so you say you're in the nursing ward and your friend wants to use your password to get on the machine for a second. Well, you don't know if that person's been fired or if she's been, let go, or if she's been suspended. You don't know what she's going to do with those credentials. We've had cases where people go in there and research people's personal medical history. And since that's tied to your username that you hit or looking at those people, it could be lawsuits. It could be a lot of hurt that happens afterwards. So you have to understand, even people that might not have the best ethical intentions about them, even though you were trying to be a good friend. I'd never ever share passwords, never ever share badges. This type of things right here. Not only is it just bad from an HR standpoint, but you just can never tell what people's intentions are, and bringing you along with them is not a good thing either.
You don't know if she's going to walk into a room and take a laptop with a million medical records on it with your password.
Yep, and that's your lawsuit for sure. You're absolutely right. Cora, are you there, Cora?
I'm here.
Number 4.
It's ethical.
You believe it's ethical? An employee is laid off for 15 years with the same company. The employee is hired by another company within a week. In the new company, the employee shares documents and ideas of products that employee proposed to the original company. Why do you feel
said number 4, right?
Number 4, uh-huh.
My number 4 was an employee points out a design flaw in a new product to a department manager.
A few of the questions are in different order for us.
Sure. Cora, the one that was my number 4, the one where it says employees laid off after 15
Oh no,
years.
that's unethical.
Okay. Why do you feel that's unethical?
Because depending if they sign a non-compete, they would be breaking that. They would be in breach of that. But most of the time when you move to your competitors, you're not supposed to share the secrets of the previous company.
You're absolutely right. And coming from an IT standpoint, a lot of things we do, are, basically things that we read about and learned, but a lot of times we develop our own things as well. And if you feel that you're ever developing something for your company, you might want to protect yourself and just say, hey, I would like to, to give this to this company, but I forget what you can write up. You can basically write up a piece of paper saying that this will go with me, or you can buy it from me if I ever leave the company. So there are ways of protecting yourself as well. So if you do think you're putting that extra time in, you're doing things on your own time to help your company and what you're doing, definitely you can be compensated for that, or take your ideas with you. I really don't know exactly the terminology for it, but protect yourself. And definitely just know, if you go somewhere else and you use it somewhere else and you think it could be unethical, you really have to watch your risks and mitigate your risks. Okay, so my question 5 is an employee points out a design flaw. And let's ask Angeline. You there?
But it would be good if I unmuted.
What
So for me, the design flaw question was number 2. And I think pointing out a design flaw in a new product to the department manager, assuming it's my own department manager and not like some random department manager from some other place like Kohl's or whatever, then I think that's ethical.
Sure. Do you think that sometimes it's okay to go to the person who, well, if it's in your own department, do you think it'd be nice to go to that person first, or should you always just go to the manager? How do you feel about that?
I think that if possible, you want to go to the person who designed it, because they might know about it, they might not. They might already have a fix in the works and you're just mucking up in somebody else's business.
Sure. Right?
So I would say if you can, go to the person first, but like say it's somebody who just despises you and refuses to talk to you, then by all means, go to the manager, go to somebody who's going to do something.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, overall in here, I want you guys to use the rest of this time to do your chapter 1 course, if you don't mind, while we're here. And basically, I'll be right here with you. I need some help with anything, I'll be right here.
Sorry, I had 2 quick questions
Sure,
before
what you
I forget. When is supposed to be the last day of classes?
So this course will be done this month. It's a 5-week course. And
Okay.
then I think there's a week gap and it goes into the cybersecurity essentials, which is another 8-week course.
Okay. So then so the following course is for another 2 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And again, it's all self-paced, you know, like say if you get it done faster, you know, that's fine with me. You get it done as fast as you want. Just make sure we get those quizzes in so I can help you guys with focusing on issues. And a lot of people will take these off and we'll do a lot faster. And I'm not holding anybody back, please.
Okay. And then my second question was for certification. Is like the test for that included with like, I guess, the final portion of the course, or is that like something that we'll have to pay for separately?
No, so we're working that out with Mario now, and I don't know if he's on the line. Mario, are you still here? So Mario has said that they're actually going to pay for the funding for doing testing out of this course. So basically what you're learning now is exactly what you would learn if you went to the Cisco Academy. This is the exact same course that they use. So going on the self-paced test, the quizzes you'll get are the same quizzes you'll get in the actual course, except you'll have the test out, which incorporates all of the quizzes. So I know that they have money sectioned off to pay for these for people that want to take the test out. Let me get more information from Mario on how exactly we can get that to you, or pay for it through here and you can just log in. We'll get that squared away for you, but that is definitely the here for people that want to get certified through this course. Definitely will be.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, absolutely. And I think if you want to do like a real cybersecurity position, I think it's like 6 courses or so. They're all pretty crazy, and they're heavy network involved. Okay, cool. But this is definitely a good start point to find out if this is what you want to do, and that's what we want to do. Is we want to see if cybersecurity is right for you. Again, I'll let you guys all know by email. 1 day a week, I will do the lab course, and it's just to work on the labs that are inside these chapters. I'll even show you the one here is in chapter 1. Let me get to it. They're pretty straightforward, but if you want to work in a group with us, I'm glad to help facilitate that.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt you? I have a quick question about that. Is
Yeah.
that something that we should try and get done before the Thursday course, or is that something we'll work through in the Thursday course?
So the labs are not required. The labs are they're kind of like, if you really want to get into cybersecurity and really want to take, this is what you really want to do, I would suggest doing them, and I would suggest trying them on your own. Okay. And if you try to go through them yourself and you can't, something's not right, the word doesn't sound right, didn't work out, then we can meet later on in the week and we'll go over them together.
Okay.
But some people really want like a larger overhead view of this, not to get too involved. I'm totally cool with that as well. But for those that want to really, see what they can do and see how fun it is, definitely try the labs, and they walk you right through them. But again, sometimes the walkthrough is a little hard. Sometimes, the PC wasn't working right, we can do them together on my PC and go through them together if you want to. I just want to make sure everyone feels comfortable. But the labs are here. I believe each chapter has one. And again, the second class is just if you want to or not. It's not required. But if you want to do the labs, if you get a problem with the lab doing it yourself, please join in.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Here's the, if you see my screen right now, this is the one that comes with chapter 1. You have to download, what's this? Download a hash calculator. And what this actually does is lets you see the different file formats, what the file looks like.
I'm trying to open up chapter 1 on my end, and it's saying to log into my course, but I'm already logged in.
Okay. Can you share your screen? I don't think I let you do that.
Well, I'm on my phone, but I can like just here I can flip my screen, or I mean flip my phone thing. Can you see it on my end?
I do see that. See that error? That's really crazy.
I'm getting the same error.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Let me see. I'm trying to do this with you guys. So when you're logged in, do you see this right here? Do you see this main screen?
Yeah, I see that first, and then I click on it, and then it takes me to the page that I was just showing.
Okay.
Is it? I'll flip towards that.
And let me see this. When you look in the right-hand corner, right, is your name up here in the right-hand corner like mine is, showing you
Yeah.
logged in?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you click on this, and then you get an error that says.
Yeah, I get. Can you still see my screen, or is it pointing towards me? I can't really tell on my phone.
No, it can't. I can't see it.
Oh, here, I'll flip the screen again. So I click on the arrow, and then it takes me to that where it says please log into your class. But I'm already logged in because my name and all that is on the side.
And you're on a Mac, right? There's some kind of
I'm on it.
There's some kind of like thing you have to accept, like a cookie or something.
Because I'm logged in and like the Napa learns and everything is.
Are you using a Safari browser? Or does Mac have a Chrome browser you could use?
Yeah, I can use my Chrome kind of acts weird, but I can use Chrome. I'm on Safari right now.
Yeah, she needs to accept the cookies. I had the same problem. I'm on a PC, and so I had to go in and accept the cookies, and it allowed me access to the class.
Sometimes you see a little in the top right corner. Well, I don't have Safari right now, but in the top right corner you'll see a little like broken puzzle piece like that, and they'll say you'll allow extensions or manage them. I know Safari has some weird things that go on with it, but I think with Chrome you might be okay.
Is this Java at all?
Is this Java? I don't see Java running on my machine, so I don't think so.
I just remembered because a friend of mine has to do applications and stuff, and he's got a Mac, but every time it clicks up, it's something on the top left side of a Mac. I'm not sure if it's file open. You got to click that, and then you got to go into permissions, and then you got to like accept it or do an exemption or something like that.
Yeah, you see that JRE either in your toolkit, or you'll see it on top of the browser right here, where you'll see like the what to allow, like Flash right here, like mine says allow.
And that's on or is it like allow JavaScript? No.
So right here, do you see this right here? And it's like allow Flash. I think it's made in Flash. I'm going to allow.
Yeah, I see that. Are you, and you're on Safari or Chrome?
I'm using Chrome.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like I think with Safari that doesn't come up for me than with Chrome, so I'll just try using Chrome instead.
Yeah, please. At least if it's in Chrome browser, I could probably help you out a little better. Let me know, okay, Christine?
Okay.
Anybody else besides Christine having problems accessing the course? Can everybody else see the course fine? Thanks, Cora.
Sorry, I'm not a Mac user, but I'm fixing a Mac right now.
Awesome.
I don't know if you can see that. I think that's a bit bright. Anyways, if you click the Safari button, you'll get, sorry, let me redo what I did. You'll get to preferences, and then to preferences, you go to security, and then down security, there's something down here. This worked once when I tried it. It says, when visiting other websites, ask. And then there's another thing called run unsafe mode or allow always. I know, sorry, I can't like show the screen or anything, but that worked for something. I don't know if it will work now.
Thank you. Is it working in Chrome, Christine? Or are you still trying in Safari?
I was trying to work on Chrome, but then with what he was saying, I went to try and check out Safari. But I'm not seeing that. I'm just gonna go back and see if the Chrome will work.
Yeah, he's right though. Java and Macs do not play well together.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's working, I think, on Chrome.
Awesome.
So Safari is more of the issue.
Remember his tip
Is there
though.
something, this is Sue, is there something that you just did that worked on Chrome? Because I'm on Chrome on a Mac. I went through system preferences. I enabled a bunch of stuff.
No, I just opened up my Chrome. I didn't do anything to it, but it might be like how my is already set, because I know on that one I already like previously had like allowed some stuff.
Okay. I just added JavaScript allow, Flash allow. I normally don't do pop-ups. I allowed that. I have a firewall and kind of a whole firewall thing. I don't know if that could make a difference.
Firewall.
Plug-in access. Sorry to take up the time.
No, please. That's what we're here. That's why we're doing this.
But this, I've been having this problem for 3.5 days now.
Have you tried using John? Is it John? Which one?
It's Sean.
John. Did you try John's trick with the Safari browser?
Should I try going in on Safari instead?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, because
Yeah.
then one of the other things that happens is it keeps rebooting me out and I have to keep re-signing in from the beginning. So I've been having that. But I also can't even get on Zoom. Everything crashed on me today. Nope. It's horrible.
That's frustrating.
All right, so I'll try Safari. I don't want to hold you guys up, so if you want to, I'll listen in, and I would say go forward.
Well, if you want to just quickly try, I can walk you through it. It's a minute.
All right. I'm slow. I'm old.
I'm old too.
Thank you, John.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Okay, thank you. I'm just looking to see if there's any shortcuts to get in here. And for some reason, my computer is very slow, and everything crashed, including my Zoom. So I have to rebuild everything.
That's horrible.
It's not even, it's going to take me like another couple minutes to get in.
That's why we're here for. So that's what we're here for. We had this time to make sure everyone can get into class.
Ugh. Thank you. Okay, so at least I'm at the sign in. Is Mac typically an issue though? Or are there things that are kind of funky using a Mac versus something else?
It's a give and take like everything else. I mean, they are very secure, but then they're also very limited in software and limited in things like web tools, because they are so secure. They don't let things like this run,
right,
natively. So you can jailbreak it so they'll run it, but at that point you've kind of ruined the whole point of getting a Mac.
I'm just wondering for this class, Travis, or for you guys, like right now my phone is an Android-based phone, so maybe that's why I was able to get in easier. And I wanted to have, I want to be able to work on my desktop or on a bigger screen than a mobile. I don't want to be on mobile, but if I have to buy something to get through the class, I would. If it's, an expensive Chromebook or something.
Yeah, Chromebooks are pretty cheap actually, and this is all web-based, so you wouldn't need anything
right.
special. And you wouldn't need any kind of bells and whistles, just internet for what we're doing here.
So if you think that that's worthwhile to go forward, I don't have time and your patience to be dealing with this with Mac,
You're fine. It's a big part of the class.
It's a waste of everybody's time. It's just sitting. It's not even letting me in on Safari.
Okay. Okay. Well, so you can contact me later in the week if you need some help. Reach out to me. I keep regular office hours. I'm always on my internet and on my computer. So please reach out.
I would recommend doing that, Travis, and I'll just listen in like I did for the first part when I was having all the problems, because I was able to get through the quiz, and I can figure this out on our own time.
Sure.
Thank you, though, John.
So we just take this last few minutes again. A big part of this course, I'm going to be bringing in, real life situations that happen to us and to all of us with cybersecurity. I also want to make sure you guys all have your quiz completed by Monday. So my only real requirement for you guys. So please test the labs, and if you want to do them, try to do them by yourself. If not, I'll sending out emails for you during the week on which days we're doing them together. If you want to join in, and again, just just come here prepared to discuss, read your terminology. We will be having little not quizzes, but we'll definitely be having some roundabout discussions about cybersecurity and ethics. It's a huge deal we'll be talking about. And I'll always make sure we have time, at least 10, 15 minutes in the class to do the actual course as well. That way you can, we all have busy schedules and busy time with our kids. So make sure we all have time to do the course in the course, if that's okay with you guys. If you guys have any kind of real life scenarios of cybersecurity hacks at your work that you want to talk about, if you guys have anything that's in the news you want to talk about with cybersecurity, I'm definitely open to open the floor up and have some discussions about ethics and what's going on. As you get to learn more about white hats and black hats and gray hats and what people are actually doing, it'll be a lot more fun to see what's actually going on with these attacks, and if they are malicious, are they just trying to help us? Which you can never err on the side that they're trying to help you. You always have to err on the side that they're trying to attack you. But it's always nice to know people out there are trying to help people.
May I just check? You said that we always have to have the quiz done. Do we have to have chapter 1 done or up to chapter 2 done for next week?
No. So this week 1, you have all this week to do chapter 1. If that makes sense. And so by the end of week 5, you'll already be done with week 5 in the quiz, if that makes sense. So I want week 1's quiz by Monday. That way I can check it, because Tuesday will be all week 2. And I'll bring in some stuff for us. You might get the quiz done by Tuesday night, or it doesn't even matter for me. And then we'll just go and we'll have some real discussions on what the chapter's about and open the floor up. And again, this is self-paced, so if you guys did go through it and did a couple chapters, I'd be fine with that too. I just want to make sure that when I walk in next week, I know what people had issues with, which is why the quizzes are to help me. So if you go forward and faster, all power to you. I'm not here to hold you back. I'm here to help you out. How are you doing, Christine?
Travis, it's Sue.
Hey, Sue.
Hey, is there so for my case where it's not letting me launch chapter 1 and I look through the quiz, there's no way I'll be able to do the quiz without that material. Is there another way, if I am having trouble between now and Monday, to get access, that I could get access to that material? That doesn't involve doing it this way?
All I can do is, as long as there's not a video in the course, I could copy and paste all the slides out and send you basically an email with all the slides.
Okay, so that would be this, like, I can play with this for like another day or so, but then at that point, I would want to just come up with another option. So that would be great, just knowing that that's an option. And then if you have any suggestions offline as far as like inexpensive Chromebooks or something like that, then it would be worth my while to just have a tool that works.
We get, dude, email me later this week, maybe Thursday, and let's get like a go-to meeting. Maybe we can jump on your machine and just see what's happening, remotely control it. And see if I can't fix it from my side. And if we can't, then I said, we'll go forward, we'll process.
Okay.
We'll make it work.
That sounds good. Well, we can talk about that offline through email, I guess.
Thank you, Sue.
Awesome. Thank you.
So this is Michelle Dahlberg. I just wanted to jump on for a second, say glad to see you all here. I did pop into the chat and put links to 2 additional forms. I know it feels like we're having you guys fill out a lot of forms, but this is the first time we've done this, so we keep learning more and more. One of them is a baseline survey of where you are right now, because hopefully, we'll do another survey at the end and you guys will, have some more information so that we can show our funders that we've made a difference. And then the other one is a demographic survey, which is anonymous. but it's useful information for funders, for us to know, some details, some demographic details. So if you guys hop into the chat, you'll see the links up that I popped in there. Would greatly appreciate it. Looking forward to this. I'm going to hang out in this class a lot because this one looks fun to me.
Thanks, Michelle. Is there a deadline you want those done by?
I think Mario wants them done by Tuesday of next week.
If you can, guys, that'd be great. All right, guys, looks like it's 8 o'clock. Let's wrap us up. Again, I hold regular office hours of 7 to 8, Monday through Friday. So email me anytime you want to about anything regarding this course or your machines. I have no problem replying to you through any time of the day. But just so you know, you will get a response between 7 and 8 if I didn't reply to you earlier. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a great week, everyone.
Thank you, John.
Guys too. Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.